Welcome to the Queen of Pep Talks podcast. I am the Queen of Pep Talks, Jessica Battle, founder and CEO of the JJXO brand, where I coach, speak, and influence women to improve their mindsets so they can become happier, healthier, and more successful than ever before. I am obsessed with helping women create the unwavering ability to believe in themselves in order to achieve a life beyond their wildest dreams. Each week, I'll bring you a series of pep talks that will encourage you to break through your own limiting beliefs and help you develop the mindset that will allow you to show up in your life to the best of your ability. If you are looking to lose your own bullshit excuses, get out of your own way, and grow into your infinite potential, well then, you're in the right place. Are you with me? Let's dive in. Hello, my love, and welcome back to another episode of the Queen of Pep Talks podcast. Happy Wednesday. I hope that your day is off to the most fantastic start ever. I want to start this episode. I'm recording this a couple of days in advance, actually a little bit over a week in advance, but I want to take a minute to thank you for being here. I know that I do this all of the time. I was looking at, as I do usually every other day or so. It's been a couple of days since I've done it though. I was looking at downloads on the podcast and we are having a record-breaking month, a record-breaking week in terms of downloads on the podcast. And I really just want to take a minute to thank you for being here and being such a loyal listener, whether you've been here for 3 years or you've been here for 3 days. I am so appreciative that you give me the opportunity to pour into you on an almost daily basis here on the Queen of Pep Talks podcast. So thank you. I love you so much. With that being said, if you have not already left a rating and review, that would be an incredible way for you to thank me for everything that I pour into you here on this platform. Your reviews help the podcast get found by people who are not already connected with me. If you want to give back, you can also share on social media, let people know about the podcast. If there are episodes that you listen to that really resonate with you, it means so much when I see you sharing them on social media, and tag me so I can tell you thank you so much for sharing the episodes. Okay. I am very excited for today's JJXO solo podcast episode. I want to talk about obviously the upcoming offers and ways that you can work with me, but I also want to talk about something that feels pretty top of mind and relevant for me after coming off of ending the 2022 recapped program. You guys, if you missed that program, this is one of my most underrated programs ever. I was very surprised that there weren't over 100 women inside of this course because there were over 70 lessons that I took away from 2022, things that I learned in life, in marriage, in business, in health and fitness, things that will be valuable to me for the rest of my life. And the takeaways from the women inside were just absolutely incredible. And I feel so bad for anyone who missed this. If you had FOMO and you missed this, you can still jump in. As I've mentioned before, this is not a course that I'm ever going to include in a Masterclass bundle sale or in any kind of epic savings sale. This is really reserved for the woman who wants to take away what I put into this course. I gave my heart and soul for 5 days, as I do with everything. Over 70 lessons. I think there were over 10 hours of trainings inside of the 5 days. So good, so valuable. You can still join that if you desire to. I'll put the link in the show notes of the episode. But one of the things that came up inside of 2022 Recapped that I then went ahead and talked a little bit about on social media was how much I gave my power away in 2022. So before I jump into the ways that you can work with me that are upcoming, if you so desire to, on these solo episodes, you know that I also want to share a powerful pep talk around business that is going to be relevant for those of you who are considering building coaching businesses, already have coaching businesses, are years into building your business, and maybe you're very successful, but you still find yourself doing some of these things that you know are just not in alignment with your most successful and most fulfilled self. So there were 3 primary ways that I really gave my power away in 2022. The first is that I didn't follow through with launches of offers that I was really excited about, because when I immediately talked about it, I didn't get the response that I was hoping for. Unmet expectations lead to immediate disappointment, which will often lead to throwing in the towel on thoughts and ideas or offers or programs or anything that we want to bring to fruition, but we're like, oh, the people don't want it the way that I want it. I allowed how other people showed up and behaved and responded to what I was doing to impact whether or not I was going to powerfully follow through with doing something. I had so many incredible ideas. One that comes to mind was the Network Marketer to CEO Mastermind that I really wanted to run. I was so excited about it. And I was like, there are so many network marketers out there who are really desiring to shift from having their network marketing business to being their own CEO of their own business. I was so excited, but yet I didn't get the response that I wanted, so I tossed the idea in the trash. I had so many incredible ideas that I balled up and I tossed into the trash because I didn't get the response that I wanted. That's not the vibe. That is not me standing in my power and saying, I see value in this, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow through. I'm going to bring this to completion. I allowed how other people responded to impact my confidence so many times throughout 2022. That was just the first of many. The second way that I gave my power away in 2022, I canceled my San Diego retreat after a number of my clients backed out of their commitment to coming. I had clients reach out and say, I want to cancel my payment plan. I'm not going to come. I want a refund. I had clients who had paid in full and reached out and said, I don't want to come anymore. I can't make it. I had something come up. I need a refund. I ended up canceling the villa that I booked for us in San Diego because I was like, oh, nobody wants to come, so I'm just going to go ahead and cancel it. When instead, I could have just continued to promote it and continue to invite people to come to the event with me. I didn't do that. And that makes me really sad. Looking back on 2022, there's a little bit of sadness and frustration towards myself of how often I allowed my confidence to be rocked and how often I allowed things that were happening outside of me in my life and my business to make me run and want to hide. That was one of them. And I'm very committed in 2023 to taking my power back and really being committed to staying consistent and following through with things that are important and valuable to me, even if it doesn't seem like people are interested. This is something I see my clients struggling with all of the time, especially when they're new to building businesses. But the reality is it happens to all of us. Even in my third year in business, it happened to me, right? I was like, oh my gosh, people don't want what I have. There goes my confidence. There goes my power. There goes me just running and hiding because people don't want what I have. And the final way that I handed my power away in 2022 was I spent months hiding and suffocating parts of myself that really mattered to me. I talked a lot about this inside of 2022 Recapped about when I made the transition to just doing business and mindset coaching and how it felt like I had shoved this part of myself into the closet, like literally put the body image coach, the food freedom coach, the weight loss transformation that I had. I just shoved that part of me away. And I said, you don't get to exist anymore because we're moving on. And I literally felt like I was suffocating myself. And when I wanted to change my mind, when I wanted to say, I want to do this, I still want to do body image coaching. I still want to do food freedom coaching. I worried, what are people going to think? Are people going to be like, oh, this girl's such a flake. She doesn't know what she's doing. I allowed the opinions of others to dictate whether or not I was going to show up and do something in my life. And this is just not the vibe. It's not the energy. I had to work really, 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 really hard through 2022 to continue to show up. And it's so interesting because when I started to share this a little bit, both in 2022 Recapped and a little bit on social media, people were coming out of the woodworks and they were like, I had no idea that you were even struggling. I had no idea that you were going through this. You were still showing up so powerfully. Yeah, I was. But the truth is we have no idea what people are actually going through behind the scenes. I was showing up as powerfully as I could during that time. It was nowhere near the amount of power that I actually hold within. I was playing so fucking small because I had given all of my confidence and all of my power away to people outside of myself. And I worked so hard in 2022 to do the deep reflection, to have the hard conversations with myself so that I could start stepping back into my power at the end of the year. I didn't wait until 2023 to do it. I said, as soon as I realized I was doing this, I knew I had to work on it. And it took months of conversations within myself, months of reflections and changing behaviors and working on improving my confidence again until I was able to get back to where I am now, where I feel so good and so powerful. That's not to say this could never happen to me again. Life is all about ebbs and flows, and we want to get into a good season and think we're going to stay in this good season forever, but it's just not the reality. It's about having the awareness to recognize when you are doing things that you know aren't a benefit to your highest self, and how can you move through those things more quickly. We can't completely avoid all of the hard things in life. We can't completely avoid all the difficult seasons in life. But what we can do is recognize them and care enough about ourselves to say, I want to change this and I'm committed to changing this no matter what that looks like. So my attitude in business this year in 2023 is, if I am passionate about it, I am creating it, I'm doing it, I'm following through with no expectations of how people are going to respond. If I want to say it, I'm saying it. I don't care what people think. If I want to do it, I'm doing it. I don't care if people want it or not. It's not about not caring. We say that and it's like, it's not about me not caring about my audience. Of course, I care about my audience and my listeners and my clients. I care so much about that. It's about me deciding that I'm not going to hand my power over to other people, because it was never theirs to begin with. We have to stop allowing people to take things that do not belong to them. Your power and your confidence is yours. Do not allow how others behave or respond or act to steal things from you that don't belong to them. You have to hold on to that because it is so sacred and it's so important for your success in your business, but also in your life. If you want to do something, your heart really wants it, you wouldn't have that dream within you if it wasn't meant to be yours, if it wasn't meant to be shared with the world from you. We have to see that and we have to believe that. And if you're in a season right now where you see that you have given some of your power away, I just want you to know that I see you and I love you and I feel you, and you can and will get through this season of feeling like you're not your most confident self. I went through that in 2022 and I'm back, baby. I feel so good and so confident and so powerful in this season of my life and in my business. And that feels so fucking good, because the courage and the heart that I had at the start of this business, where I didn't care what people were thinking or what people wanted, it was like, I want to do this, so I'm doing it. I did it. And I started to lose some of that last year, and that just did not feel good for me. So I'm so happy to be back in a place where I feel like I can move for me. I can move for me and do things for me, always of service to other people. I will always be in service for other people, and the things that I create will always be to help the people in my world improve their lives and their businesses to the best of my ability. I will always do that. But at the same time, my power, my confidence will not be dictated or indicated or rocked by how other people respond to what it is that I'm doing. And I hope that you will work on the things that you need to work on in order to step back into that for yourself if you feel that missing in your life and in your business. Okay. Let's talk about the ways that you can work with me. I want to talk about the first masterclass of 2023, the JJXO retreat, JJXO Unfiltered Radio, podcasting with the Queen, and MBS. We're going to talk about all 5 of these things. So if you're interested in any of these, put your little seatbelt on, buckle up, and let's go on this ride where we can talk about how you can improve your life working with me. First things first, we have the first masterclass of 2023 tomorrow on February 2nd at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am very, very excited for this. This masterclass is called Believe, and inside I'm going to help you deepen the belief that you have within yourself that you are capable of creating all of the success and achieving everything that it is that you desire in your life. The reality is your mind will try and hold you back from creating the success that you want. All of those negative and limiting beliefs that you have telling you that you can't, that you're too old, you're not smart enough, it's too late for you, you're too afraid, you're not ready, you have to wait for life to slow down. Those are all limiting thoughts and beliefs that are trying to hold you back from creating the success that you want. Let's get your brain on board so that your mind can be the empowering thing that you want it to be that will push you towards achieving what it is that you want in your life. You may know how to take action towards what it is that you want, but if your mind continues to convince you that it's not worth doing, it's not worth trying, it's too late, whatever it is that your brain is telling you, we can fix that. We can correct that, and we can retrain our thoughts to be empowering, and we can retrain our mind to be on board with us getting what it is that we want. And inside of this masterclass, I'm going to help you do that. The investment is $77, and the link for that is in the show notes of this episode. You will have lifetime access to the replay if you cannot attend live. The second thing that I'm so excited about, I've been getting so many messages from women with interest in coming to the third annual JJXO retreat, which is happening in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in October 20th through the 23rd. That is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yes. 20th through 23rd, Friday through Monday. This is an all-inclusive retreat. Once you arrive in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, we will pick you up from the airport, bring you to our gorgeous villa, and I'm going to take care of you and spoil you for the entire weekend. The vibe is having an amazing time with incredible women who are on a journey for growth and improvement in their lives as well. You do not have to have a coaching business to attend. If you're just a woman who is seeking improvement, growth, transformation in any area of her life, you of course are welcome to join us. We are going to have an incredible time. Our villa has a pool. We're going to have an amazing time. Indoor, outdoor. We're going to have incredible meals, lots of laughs, lots of sisterhood bonding. I will be delivering my very first keynote speech that I am perfecting inside of HPS for you guys during the retreat, which is going to be such a special treat for you. We will have Team JJXO there. I am so excited. We're going to have the best time ever. If you desire to join us, the investment is $3,555. Again, all inclusive, includes your stay, all of your food, all of our meals out, any activities that we do, anything that we do will be included and covered by JJXO. The only thing that you will need to worry about is getting to and from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. There are a number of very flexible payment plans, up to a 9-month payment plan right now. No interest on those. If you're interested in coming and having some really beautiful sisterhood, bonding, healing, growth, incredible conversations, and just the best time ever, this would be a place for you to come. Okay. The next thing that I want to talk about is JJXO Unfiltered Radio. This is a Voxer broadcast where for 3 months on a weekly basis, I'm going to come in and share a pep talk plus. I don't even know what to call it, a pep talk plus. It is going to be an opportunity for you to see behind the scenes of what it really takes to create massive success in your life and your business. So as I am going through things in my life in real time, I'm going to be coming in and sharing with you behind the scenes of what that looks like as I am trying new things, or maybe I'm navigating through a really hard day. Yesterday, for instance, I was really struggling with feelings of overwhelm. I will come in and talk to you guys about those things, share with you what I'm going through, and let you know how I am moving through it. It's going to be real time. Like, you'll see things in real time from me, and so beneficial for you because not only will I be sharing what I'm going through, I'll be sharing with you how I'm getting through it, which is so fucking valuable. And then on a monthly basis, there's an opportunity to have a Q&A. So you will get to submit questions to me, and I will come into JJXO Unfiltered Radio, and I will share with you the answer to your question, give you personalized coaching and support. If you desire to join JJXO Unfiltered Radio, the link is in the show notes of this episode. We are going to begin in early February. It was going to start late January, but we've pushed it back just a bit. We're going to start in the beginning of February, probably within the first 2 weeks. It is a 3-month commitment. Insane value for the price point. I encourage you to jump inside of that. The next thing, which I am most excited about, I'm most excited about all of this stuff. Podcasting with the Queen is happening in Q1, and I'm so fucking excited. I anticipate that this will be kicking off sometime in March. I will be nailing down a date. If you're already registered, keep your eyes peeled. I will be nailing down a date in the next couple of days for you guys. I know so many of you are antsy and you're like, when are we starting? I miss you. I miss you. I miss you too. Podcasting with the Queen is my podcasting course where I'm going to give you everything that I know about starting, growing, marketing, recording, everything that you need to know about creating a massively successful podcast. The podcast is nearing 350K downloads now, which is so amazing. We just crossed 300K. I'm like blown away. I just can't even take it. We're doing so many incredible things here. It's like a daily talk show. Like, Queen of Pep Talks is going to be a daily talk show on TV one day. You just fucking wait and see. We're totally manifesting that and doing the work to make it happen. If you have thought about starting a podcast, or maybe you have a podcast that you're like, I want to take things up a notch. I want to learn how to improve my capacity. I want to know how to delegate. I want to know how to get people to do my show notes for me. And I want to know how to get people to do my editing for me. I'm ready to hire a team to help me. I need help with my marketing. I need help with whatever it is you need help with your podcast. I Got You inside of Podcasting with the Queen. Link to join that is also in the show notes of this episode. Don't sleep on this. Only time I will be running it, and there will be live interactive coaching with me inside of Podcasting with the Queen. Okay. And the final thing that I want to talk to you guys about, because I've been getting a lot of messages about the Mind, Body, and Spirit Transformation Program. We are doing one session of MBS this year. This is my binge eating course. We're transitioning it into a mastermind. So it is high level coaching. We're going to be together for 6 weeks. You're going to get personalized coaching with me. I'm going to take you through the MBS course where we're going to help you completely rewrite and recreate the relationship that you have with food. If you're a binge eater, an emotional eater, a yo-yo dieter, and you are just ready to say goodbye to these behaviors and create food freedom in your life so that food can literally be just food and it doesn't have to be this all-consuming thing in your life, MBS is the place for you to be. Like, it's a non-negotiable for you to join MBS if you're ready to create food freedom. I've helped over 1,000 women through this course improve their relationship with food, make peace with their bodies, and really create healthy and sustainable habits and routines where they show up for themselves because they desire to show up for themselves. They treat themselves well because they desire to. They have raised the standard for how they treat themselves in their lives, food, and beyond. And if you're really craving that, MBS would be the place for you. You will get a workbook mailed to your front door, which we will go through together 6 weeks inside of a group chat in Voxer, weekly Zoom calls for personalized coaching and support. It's personalized coaching with me while you're surrounded by a few other women who are also working on creating the same change. And I'm going to take you through the structured framework of the MBS course where I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know about creating food freedom and overcoming binge eating for good in your life. Because this is a mastermind, we do need to have a conversation. If you're desiring this level of support and coaching, please send me a message on Instagram and we can have a conversation. Okay. I love you guys so very much. I am so grateful that you are here. I'm so grateful for every single woman who says yes to themselves in choosing to work with me and supporting me in my business and allowing me to support you in really changing your life and creating the life that you desire for yourself, because hey, you deserve it. 2023 is not the year to keep sleeping on yourself. 2023 is the year where you deserve to show up powerfully for yourself and commit to creating the change that you really want to see in your life. And it's not going to happen until you decide that you're ready to show up and do the work to make it happen. And I, of course, am here to walk beside you every step of the way if you choose to be supported, because you deserve to be supported on your journey to creating the success and the change that you desire in your life and in your business. Okay. I love you to absolute pieces, and I will talk to you on the next episode of the Queen of Pep Talks podcast. See you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you were inspired by today's pep talk, be sure to share it with me by leaving a rating and review on iTunes so I can keep the encouragement coming your way. I hope you know that your support in helping me grow the podcast this year, it means so much to me. If we aren't already connected on social media, head over to Join Jessica XO on Instagram or join the Join Jessica XO free Facebook community for even more content that will inspire you to show up in your life to the best of your ability. Make sure you check out the show notes of today's episode for links to freebies, upcoming opportunities to work with me, and ways that we can stay connected outside of the podcast. I love you so much, and I cannot wait to chat with you on the next episode of the Queen of Pep Talks podcast. In the meantime, go fuck this day up in the best way possible.